When native English speakers like myself read the latest headlines about the Beckham family and their feud, well, we just understand words like spurned, reconciliation, estranged, orchestrated, and choreographed. But if you are B2 plus and you are determined to get to advanced, do you understand these words? Stick around because I also have a bonus phrasal verb hidden in this Beckham story that is an absolutely must. And it's one of the easiest ones to actually take and use in the real world. I will reveal that one at the end. And by the time we are done, just stay until the end because I promise you, I guarantee that this will be the most impactful English lesson you've ever had. Hi there, and welcome to English Decoded. I'm Nas, native English speaker, and I've been doing this internationally for 15 years. But it's time to get into the Beckham story. So what is going on in Beckham land? Well, rumor has it that the Beckham clan, the Beckham group, the Beckham family, did you catch that word, clan? Yes. Well, they have been dealing with some serious internal family drama. Brooklyn Beckham and his wife Nicola have allegedly been very distant from the family. Some sources say that they are completely estranged. Estranged. What do you think estranged actually means? Shall we just take a look at the article very quickly first? Fantastic. So Brooklyn Beckham spurned his sister Harper's attempt at a reconciliation, friends have told The Sun. Harper, 14 years old, was seen delivering a letter to the house Beckham shares with his wife Nicola. And when did this happen? Well, it happened at the weekend. Previously, insiders said they believed Harper could be the key, could be the solution, could be the answer to ending the family feud. Why? Because last July, Brooklyn shared a photograph of him and Nicola with Harper on Instagram to celebrate her birthday. Now they're talking about the delivery of the letter. Well, according to Brooklyn and Nicola, it felt like an orchestrated move by his family, and it made them feel uncomfortable. So then, of course, a spokesman for the couple said the photographers were in place as the letter was hand delivered. And that says it all. This was choreographed for the cameras. And without checking the meaning, what do you think choreographed means? But you know, the Beckhams, they said, no, no, no. A source close to the Beckhams called it another untrue and unfair accusation. Did you see? Another. There are always these unfair, untrue accusations. And, oh, wow, this is another one. Are you noticing all of the conflict vocabulary here? Fantastic. But stay tuned because the definitions are coming up next. Did Harper get to see her brother? No, because the couple were not home at the time. Brooklyn, 27, has been estranged from parents David, 51, and Victoria, 52, as well as his brothers and sister and wider family for over a year. Do you know another term for wider family? We know the immediate family is a nuclear family. A wider family would be fantastic, extended family. A source said Brooklyn and Nicola are aware that Harper visited their Los Angeles home They have not responded. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of drama. All right. We said that they are completely estranged. And when a native speaker hears the word estranged, well, they think, uh-oh, it's over. Think of it like a bridge that has been burnt. When family members are estranged, they aren't just having a small argument. They have stopped communicating, interacting entirely. There's another lovely, lovely phrase. When you are in conflict with someone, you could say you are at odds with someone. So the Beckhams and the Beckham Peltzers have completely fallen out. Before we move on to our next definition, I'd just like to know, have you ever fallen out with a close friend? Maybe you were at odds with that person for a couple weeks, a couple months. I would love to know. Would you like to pop it in the comments? And even if you don't have a true story, how about just practicing your English and commenting? So, we've read the article, we know what happens next. Enter Harper Beckham, the youngest, maybe the peacemaker in the family. And the media reported that Harper, 14-year-old teenager, literally marched over to Brooklyn Beckham's house to deliver a peace offering. Yeah, a peace offering. Maybe it was a birthday invitation. What do you think she delivered? So we could say, she was extending an olive branch. Why? Why was she extending this olive branch, this peace offering? Because this 14-year-old teenager misses her family, her brother. She wanted to fix the family. So she wanted a reconciliation. I don't blame her. I just mentioned the word reconciliation. And when native English speakers and advanced English speakers hear the word reconciliation, they say, oh, wow, fantastic. Let's celebrate. The fight is over. It's that moment when two people or two groups stop fighting, stop arguing. They sit down, they mend the relationship. And from that conflict and chaos and anger, finally we have harmony, we have reconciliation. But Brooklyn Beckham, how did he react? He spurned Harper's really sweet gesture. I think it's a wonderfully sweet gesture, and I think it's a horrible thing to do to a 14-year-old. Brooklyn spurned, ouch. Now, did you hear the emotion in that word? You don't even need to check the dictionary at this point because you already know what spurned means. It isn't just saying no, thank you. To spurn, yes, you guessed it. It's to reject something. And there's this element of contempt, of anger, spurn, get away from me. Just take a moment and look at this from Harper Beckham's point of view. She wrote a letter. She went over to her brother's house. She poured her heart out to him, and he slammed the door in her face. Well, literally, not literally, figuratively, he was not at home. He spurned her. So it's like you going over to someone's house to deliver an apology. I think that's what Catherine did with Meghan, right? She went over, she took flowers to say, look, we had an argument, we had a tiff, we had a small falling out, here's some flowers, I'm sorry, let's just move on. And Meghan Markle spurned it. Apparently she threw the flowers in the trash. So can you think of another, or maybe even two, really advanced English words for spurned? Yes, to shun someone. S-H-U-N, or even to rebuff, rebuff, shun, rebuff. I do hope you have a notebook and you're taking notes. And if you haven't done that yet, perhaps you'd like to rewind the video and grab all of these amazing, amazing phrases and words and pop it into your vocabulary book. But more than that, I invite you to write a little story using these words. But hold on a minute. Is this actual family drama or is it something else? Think about it. How do the paparazzi always happen to be at the exact right place at the exact right time, catching a private family moment? So it does make you wonder if this entire narrative is being orchestrated, orchestrated behind the scenes, orchestrated. So when I say orchestrated, I am deliberately choosing that word because it creates this impression of a mastermind conductor organizing, arranging, controlling everything. It wasn't an accident. It was planned and they wanted a reaction. It was orchestrated. Well, that's what Brooklyn Beckham thinks. And then they also feel Brooklyn and his wife Nicola, the entire delivery of the letter was orchestrated and choreographed. Choreographed. Now, if you've ever done any dancing, are you a good dancer, by the way? Well, then you know what choreographed is, right? Every step is perfectly timed. And in a news context, if an event is choreographed, it means it was staged. It was a PR stunt, a publicity stunt. It was designed to look natural, but it was 100% fake. So what's the real truth behind the Beckham feud? Did Harper really try to fix things, or was it all a show? Was it all choreographed and orchestrated? Oh, but before you decide, I did promise you an extra phrasal verb that native speakers like myself use constantly. And I believe it's the easiest one to add to your everyday vocabulary. So people fight, right? And they fall out. And then they fix the relationship. They make up, not like the makeup on my face. They make up. So simple, but very powerful. And it's something that we use every day because people fall out and then they make up. I want to know which of these words or phrases are you going to use first? Just drop it in the comments, even if you don't have a full sentence. Just drop the word in the comments. And hey, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more real-world English decoded, because we don't use dusty textbooks. We dive right into the real world, into what's happening, the things that people actually talk about, because hey, guess what? Nobody out there, native English speakers, sitting around talking about Pride and Prejudice, but we are talking about the Beckhams. I'm Nas, and thank you so much for joining me on English Decoded today. It is ciao for now.